What news? Hainsey and Naz had days of rest. What else do I got for you? There's one other thing I was thinking about I was supposed to tell you.
Willie?
Oh, the winner of the 3-on-3 tournament was Team White in a battle to the end. And then, Willie got same as yesterday.
I was hoping.
What did I say yesterday?
I wasn't there, sorry.
Okay, I don't know. I said something probably like this: I hope Willie's going to be in the lineup soon. I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be a Leaf for a long time.
Talking of some of the guys about internal competition and whether it be in a day like today or any day at practice in terms of making your squad better, what do you take from today moving forward?
Well, today was fun. I mean, we worked hard yesterday. Today was basically like an off day, but it was fun. Anytime you're a kid and you get to go get outside, I know for myself, I got out there right away and shot a few pucks around. Just, it's fun. It's a great size rink. It's right next to the hotel. I mean, a pretty fun day, and I don't know if you guys had a sausage or a hot chocolate. They were spot on too. I'd like to have 2 or 3, but I had to get a run in.
Could you imagine what would happen if you guys tried to do this at a place like Nathan Phillips Square, Mike?
Okay, so I'm supposed to know where that is. Is that right in Toronto, right downtown? Sorry about that. You know what?
You've been coaching for 4 years in Toronto.
No, but I do know where it's not called the ACC anymore, but I do know where that is, and I know where the MasterCard Center is, so that's really what I need to know, right?
Point being, it would just be kind of
Well,
crazy.
well, I don't know. I think it'd be fun, too. Is I don't think you could announce it. You know, I think you'd have to go there, right? And otherwise it'd be too many people. But today was a fun day. Our guys enjoyed it. I think it's great for team morale. When you got a good team, and I found this when I coached the Red Wings, you can do what you want to team build because no one's questioning it because you're winning enough games. If you're not winning any games, it's hard to do the things that are basically team building because they wonder why you're not working on your power play or D-zone coverage or things like that. And in reality, this is probably the best way to infuse life into your team. There's no emotional well like there is a gas station where you just fill up your car. It comes and goes during the year, and I think it's important that you have it on high, and team building helps.
So where have you seen the growth then from this group, from where the season started against Montreal, having to play without Austin for a month, and now here we are 2 months in?
Yeah, you know, you had the second part. We don't think like that. Is when someone's hurt, they're hurt, and when someone's not here, they're not here. You just whoever gets to play and wear our logo, we think it's a real privilege, and we think we're fortunate enough to have good enough players to find a way to win. Now, it's not always the same way, and depending on who you have in the lineup, you have to go about it a different way, and that usually evolves. It usually takes a bit of time when things change, but you know, we're lucky to have as many hands on deck as we have, and we'd like to have one more, obviously.
Are there differences, I'm sure there are, but in Travis from when he came up last year, played the second half, to what he's doing now, Mike, and how he's improving?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that everybody sees fast twitch fibers, which he has. He can really tight turn. He can pop the puck. Well, the hardest part about the league is the defense. And so you played defense in another league, but they didn't make those plays. They didn't shoot the puck like that. They didn't pass it through your feet, under your stick. They didn't do. So you got to get some detail in your game. It's the same for Kapanen. It's the same for Janssen. It's the same for all of them. What they thought was doing it right before the detail in it, you're not forced to do it the same way. This league's so good and there's so little room that if you want to play, especially against the big boys, you got to do things right all the time.
What has good health meant to Nikita Zaitsev and the consistent play we've seen from him?
Well, obviously, you know, he's without any question, he's our best just closing things off in the defensive zone. He's just the quickest that way and determined. I think just being healthy, confidence-wise, he's a simple player. He's a perfect player for Gardiner because Gardiner's, you know, got high-end skill and anticipation and therefore is all over the place at times. But Z is a perfect guy to play with him. He's hard, boxed out hard, looks after his own zone, and being healthy. Anytime you're hurt and you got to come back, the league's good, and it's hard. And if you lose your confidence at all, it can be tough on you.
How about Ozganov? How's he improved in terms of adapting? And
yeah. Well, number one, he can speak better, and so he can understand what you're talking about. I think that really helps. Number two is you're just getting used to the smaller surface day in and day out, and so you get more quick twitch. Because you can play a slow game, deliberate game, you can take the puck back. You can always look for an over option instead of a north-south game. It takes you a while to get that. He's an elite passer. He's got unbelievable hockey sense and a big body, but he's still got a long way to go, and he knows that, but he's getting there.
Really good ball game last night.
Are you, as far as back to Nylander for a second, are you looking forward to just knowing one way or another tomorrow?
No, I'm looking forward for Willie to be on the team. In my heart and in my mind, I know he's going to be on the team. That's how I got to think.
Do you anticipate it being a fairly smooth transition for him, despite missing this much time, just as comfort level with you, the team?
I think so for sure, and you know that's what we're betting on too. We're betting on he knows these guys. He's a big part of the team. He's elite skill. He likes hockey. He's determined to be good. He fits into our group good, and obviously gives us more depth. The more depth I have, the better chance you have to get in the tournament at the end and then play a long time. So, you know, we want him back.
Have you spoken to him since the season began?
Yes,
And how was he?
it was great.
What'd you say? Come back, please?
No, we're not begging anyone to be a Leaf. That's not what we're doing at all. It's a privilege to be here for me and for everybody else. As far as the game went last night, the game was unbelievable. Leonard, for me, this is what I loved about the game last night. It was real teams, and when push came to shove at the end, the big guys stepped up and played. And it's just like being a first-line player or a fourth-line player. It's man on man, and I loved it. I loved the defense. I loved the determination. I love when things don't go well. He's got the same demeanor as when things go well. I was impressed by this guy big time.
What do you see in a Wild club that appears to be fairly healthy, Mike?
Well, they just play right big. They're a heavy team, you know, and heavy comes from being a little bit older, but also their size up front. They get after you that way. Real stingy through the neutral zone. Got a real nice top four on the back end. Got a huge goaltender. There's going to be limited scoring. If we think it's going to be 6-5, it's not going to be. It's going to be tight. So we got to be prepared to be patient and be heavy.
With Tavares being a captain on his former team, what have you seen from his transition into this locker room leadership-wise?
Yeah, I don't know if it has anything to do with him being a captain, to be honest. It's just John being John. He's just one of those guys. He's a determined pro every single day, wants to get better. My meetings with him are fantastic. He's just unbelievable. He just kind of runs the meetings. Yeah, I should have been on the high side here, should have done this here, should have. Like, he just knows. And what I like about it is there's an example for Willie, for Mitch, for Riley, for Matty, for all these guys that they see Patrick already, and then you see John. There's a right way of doing things. There's a right way to treat people. There's a right way to work. There's a right way to sleep, to eat, to do all the things to being professional, and they got it.
I've got one last question about Willie. I mean, you said you know in your heart that you
Yeah.
want him back. Do you get that same impression from his camp and from any of the conversations that you've had that in his heart?
Well, the good thing about that is I don't deal with his camp. That's the great thing about being a coach. You don't deal with that group. You know, just in my conversation with Willie, that's what I feel. And, you know, I think it's important in life that that's how you feel about everything you're doing anyway. You go to the game in your heart and in your mind, you know you're going to win.